I, I just be pushing buttons.
You
did. All right.
There's the man, the myth. How's he feeling?
How are you feeling? All right. Just gonna go lay down. No.
I was thinking about him earlier, so I hope he's feeling better.
Sheesh.
Dax was thinking about you earlier, so he hopes you're feeling better.
Hi, Stormy.
He's like, oh, how are you thinking
corn.
about
Damn,
me?
everyone coming in hot. Let's go.
Dax, where's your face?
Crip. Damn, y'all are fast. I love it. Stormy.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Hate to get in the family. Credit cards and scammers. Ain't no licks in the
Wait, what was it? I had like multiple sounds played in my I gotta turn that off. Fucking run. Fucking run up the fucking... Everyone coming in hot and heavy, right?
Got me fucked up.
Welcome in, everybody. It is the second episode of I Got Your 6 podcast, hosted by yours truly and special guests of Sugar Nips and Stacks. Today's topic is the male and female perspective on content creating and real life sex-dominated career fields. I probably worded that really differently, but you guys get the gist of it. So welcome in, everybody. We are vibing. A lot of us slept in great and got naps in. So should move your Billy Badass image to the right of Stacks. Actually, I'm on the Discord overlay. Otherwise, I wish I could do that. Yeah, this is an overlay that's permanent. And it does. I just realized that.
Like, just let me duck down. You can't see me.
You're covered his bald ass. Is there a way? Is there something I could do to make that different? Fuck. Because I actually have a podcast overlay being made by Papa Doc that I don't have to worry about my logo being the center.
Yeah, you got Crypt. Thank you, Crypt.
Because I literally want new overlays so that way I just have it's a frame now, but instead of having my logo in the center, I can control my logo where I put it.
I got broads in Atlanta. To get in the family. Credit cards and scammers. Ain't no licks in the family.
So hold up. I think Botrix. I've noticed I'm getting two sounds in my ears when someone subs, and it's both my Twitch and my Kick.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I can't change it without switching to the fucking Kick things. Ah!
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta.
Oh my god.
Credit cards and scammers.
I have both.
Ain't no licks in the
Hold on. Oh, son of a gun. This is not good. I should have listened to Nips and made a profile. Because now that's going to be a little too much. And there's not a way to turn them off. That's
you can just ban Botrix out of your Twitch. Let's see if that.
But that I don't want to. Oh. Fudge! I don't know how this works. I really don't. Bear with us, guys. I appreciate everyone here. I just don't.
That's what John had me do, was ban Botrix out of Twitch.
Because it was doing the same thing?
Well, I haven't streamed on Twitch since setting up Botrix, but that's what he had me do, was ban him out of here.
Because I see it because Bot Tricks Live does the same thing.
So that way they don't have access.
Okay.
Here.
So I did that. We'll see if that, hopefully that fixes it. Because if it's not, then it's really OBS because I have my panels down here for Kick and then up here's Twitch. So I know what I'm doing tonight once we conclude this. Hi, Miss J. So I can get rid of all that stuff because I'm going to make profile, get everything all done nice and dandy.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just to me in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting no licks in the van. Legacies.
I'm getting two sounds. Jeez.
Yeah.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just to me in the family. Credit cards and the scammers.
See, that's what they were doing with me last night for over there to
I think
Kick.
it might have worked. Because that showed twice, and then the second one didn't have it. It worked for me? Okay. We'll roll with it, and I'll get all that fixed. I should have looked into that. But appreciate you guys. All right. So let's get this started. So
But daddy is a state of mind, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God! Subscriber hype.
all right, Waffles. You amazing soul, you. So first topic is going to be the perspective. What up, son? Is going to be the perspective from a woman's perspective and a man's perspective on content creating for women and men. So without further ado, we're going to let Nips take lead on this, give a perspective. I'll ask questions. We'll get perspective and side of view from Stacks, and we'll just roll with that. And then if chat has questions or topics, we'll go with that as well. So a lot of backlash, a lot of things positive and not just always bad when it comes to women streamers, regardless of what they wear, what they do, and what they play. A lot of negative gets towards women because of the fact that they're women and they're streaming on a platform and they're getting viewership. Not saying every single streamer is going to have the same viewership, but a lot of things that you see and people talk about and all that insight on women have it easier than men when it comes to content creating. Nips?
I think it depends on the actual definition of what we consider content to be.
True.
Because I mean, what I do as a female streamer compared to Amaranth, for example, are completely different things. So like I know that her as an individual is going to be dealing with a whole different aspect of female world of streaming than me, because I'm not showing my whole body, and I don't think it's necessarily easier for females to get viewers.
I agree.
I
Facts.
totally disagree.
Okay, so
Really?
I
Stacks,
think it's 100% easier for a woman. It doesn't matter if you're clothed or not, for a woman
Okay.
to get more viewers. Men, and I'm not speaking for all men, but most of us are dumb. We're dumb and we're simps. There's always, a woman is always some man's cup of tea. So if, for example, some beautiful woman just starts streaming, it doesn't even have to be beautiful, just a woman who starts streaming on Twitch, she tweets it out, she gets her social media kind of right, and it's going to hit a fan base, and that's going to spread. And so that woman's going to get those viewers. I could do the same thing, and I'm not gonna get the viewership that she's getting. Women don't simp, in my point of view. Women don't simp on men as much as men simp on women.
See,
So
I would beg to differ on that aspect. Do you know how many women simp over men on a regular basis? Like, no, that's like that. That's like the whole thing of like men are more horny than women. That is not a fact. That is a
no, you guys are
lie.
like rabid beasts.
We are, whether we want to admit it or not. And so I think women do. We do like
No.
we're more of a like I want a very particular kind, this and that. But like, I mean, men are too.
Tyler,
Let's be honest. But
please don't do that.
no, I
But
think
you
women
and
are
I-
just as
You and I
soupy.
can put the exact same Twitter, just change the names. You're gonna garner more attention. Even if you didn't even put nips in your name. It was just sugar. If that was your name and my name was Sugar Stacks, you're gonna get more attention. You're gonna get more viewers because you are women. Because guys are gonna think that one. That's not the case, but that's what we're gonna think. So we're gonna go in there. You're gonna use your beautiful voice that you do. Hi, Stacks. Hi. And boom, 5 subs. I can talk how I am now. I'll be happy if I get a Twitch Prime. So you women definitely get the better end of the stick than we do. 100%.
So what Ms. J was saying earlier about might be easier to get viewers, but men don't deal with the sexual harassment. That is true. A lot of the times with the sexual harassment, if men do get it, it's not talked about or heard of, unless it's like brought up on a social media platform like Twitter and so on and so forth. But it's the after the stream ends, or if the streamer decides to cut stream earlier, that's when the stuff pops up where they're getting messages, unsolicited dick pics, sexual advances, offerings of some sort of currency to have.
all the time.
Yes.
One-
So the DMs just blow up. It don't matter if you're like a super model or you're just, like Stack says, a man's cup of tea. And I've seen it probably in the past 3 weeks after actually targeting and noticing it, where guys sit there and they're a little creepy about it and simp a little too much without getting to know and being comfortable, or someone's trying to be with the clique where you have your own little crew that's always in your streams that talk a certain way, and someone comes in thinking they can talk the same way, if not a little vulgar and a little deeper, and then that's when the red flags pop up. And then on the same perspective, what Web Killer said about viewership and influencers using other platforms, Twitter, Instagram, what's another?
OnlyFans.
Facebook, well, OnlyFans, like getting your, I would say, your camaraderie out there for someone to look you up and see what's all about, all that jazz. But at the same time, it's to each of their own and being respectful, because you can vibe out. I can go to any brand new streamers and just chat, maybe throw some bits if I love the vibes, maybe throw some subs and just talk and get to know someone, but not sit there and comment, whisper, or DM someone saying, "Oh, you're a freaking bombshell. I would love
let me
to
take you on a vacation."
Yeah, let me do all this stuff," and making them feel uncomfortable, where they're like, don't know if they want to hit the live button the next time because all the stuff they're getting.
All right, to be devil's advocate on this, not saying I believe in this at all, but on the other hand, there are women out there that are, buy me this. Oh, I need a new phone. Give me this. Oh, OnlyFan 1234. I love you so much. Here's my PO box. Send me this. So it's, what men, or not even men, just people in general, need to learn is what flies in one doesn't fly in the other. So, did I miss something?
No.
Silver
Oh.
Goose said, all I'm going to say is a nice towel.
Nice.
Cheers.
But you know, you go into, like
Thanks,
you said,
Stormy.
Amarat's stream,
Oh, yeah.
and she's promoting that kind of stuff. She doesn't. There's a line, I'm assuming, to the vulgarity of what somebody may say, but for the most part, you know, that person may take it as, okay, let me go to Nip's stream and say the same thing, and Nips is not going to take that shit. Neither are the mods. So it's, unfortunately, it's a learned behavior, because we're fucking trained dogs, just to go ahead and do it wherever until we get fucking slapped in the head and to say don't do that. I respect women. I try to 100% not be a dumbass. You know, I may say some stupid stuff and stuff like that, but it's all coming from love and play. Like you were mentioning, a lot of these guys they're very serious and very adamant that I just dropped 50 subs, give me attention. And it's, I don't know, but going back to the original question, because of all that, women have it easier to get viewers, but have a harder time in the aftermath of guys being perverts.
True. I've seen it in multiple female streamers that I'm friends with, or even new people that I've just never seen before. And the thing is, like, if I see a beautiful woman and I'm chilling in Discord and people know by just my face reaction and stuff, I know how to be respectful. Being a military vet, especially in the Navy, where they pound it into your head about SAPR, sexual harassment awareness, where they literally say any form of consent can be consensual, but it can turn into non-consensual at any point in time, and you have to know when to push the brakes. Because if you don't push the brakes, that's when it's sexual harassment, sexual assault, and then, of course, the worst, rape.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to go as strong as that, but the thing is, rejection is the biggest thing. And every person, no matter man or woman, take it completely different on how they react afterwards. Me, if I get rejected at any sort of time, and it's not just through like talking or flirting, but just getting rejected, saying, nope, that's not going to happen, I know when to back off, like, all right, I need to take a different angle, or I need to step away and move the hell on. A lot of people don't know how to do that. And most of the time, the things you see is when you get rejected by hitting on or talking to a female streamer, they take it the wrong way and then start calling you bad names, start harassing you, start putting a bad taste in people's mouth about you just because of their one negative involvement with you, and then try to sit there and banish and tarnish your name, which is what's wrong. That's what scares a lot of women from showing their camera on stream, from talking on stream, to streaming in general. We're like, I don't want to do it because of their past experiences or what they've seen. Because we all want you to be comfortable when you push that like button. We want you all to be mentally capable and level-headed, so that way when people come in and talk to you, or you're playing a game, or you're vibing out, you know that you're being protected. That's why we have mods. That's why we have people in chat that'll sit there and chat with people and see if they're sussy or not, or first-time viewers like, okay, where'd you find me from? That's why a lot of streamers, male or female, will sit there and like, ooh, nice to meet you. Thank you for the follow. Where'd you find me? How'd you find me? Tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
They try to get to know you before you start chatting in chat and like giving off that bad vibe. So I will never understand why people think streaming platforms is yes, that too. Like, yeah, you see a lot of successful people where they met through Discord streaming, and they go meet in real life, and sometimes it could kick off and lead. Like, there's famous people that are big time partner streamers on multiple platforms, and people follow their freaking story on TikTok and stuff like that, and they end up dating, and then when the shit like flushes out, it's like a freaking TV show, like a soap opera. We're just like, oh, it didn't work out, blah blah blah. But streaming shouldn't be looked at or even proposed or targeted as a dating app. Like, be respectful, vibe out, create relationships that last forever, and just have a good time. Just be respectful.
I agree. I don't, is this, going back to that, I don't know how or when it got to the point where everybody looks at stream or Twitch or Kick or whatever there's some other ones out there as a dating app. Like, when did that, it, I have no idea how that started. I
I
don't
think
know.
that fully kind of got pushed into that for a lot of people when everything went into lockdown.
Yep.
That was their biggest way of being able to like be closer in a way,
Mm-hmm.
and it just gave them more options
Mm,
than some other things. And I think that's probably on a psychological standpoint why it went toward that. So,
s- so then did did men become worse during COVID, or was it a thing? Was it easier before COVID to be a woman streamer than it was after or during?
that's a good question because I didn't start streaming until during COVID
Mm,
for me. So, I mean, because I've only been streaming for 2 years. Um, but I would imagine that it probably was a little bit easy. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Just because I didn't experience it prior, that'd be a
I,
hard one for me to.
mm,
Because
I'm
I was
s-
never even into the streaming world before the pandemic. Like, I just kind of randomly came across it, and I was like, oh, I kind of enjoy watching other people play and
voyeur.
got into it, you know? So, it was an outlet for me.
Yeah, I'm thinking is people became worse during just because they have all that extra time. They're sitting at
Yeah.
home. They get a little
Yeah.
bit brave, keyboard warriors, keyboard perverts. So it's easier during that time because they weren't doing anything. Work was shut down. So it's like, I got nothing better to do. Let me get my rocks off by being a pervert and, giving this woman a hard time,
Yeah.
or the man.
Yeah, and some people like get their rocks off and think it's funny to do that. And like a lot of people think when they're behind a keyboard staring at a screen, thinking that they are untouchable and they can just do as they please, and
100%.
thinking like there's no repercussions. It's 2023. Like things can get taken. Like I've seen some worst case scenarios where police got involved. Freaking your IP address got tracked by the FBI, and it got a little serious. They even done TV shows about it because it's out there in the real world and they want people to see it. So they make TV shows that are realistic, that are usually law and order based, where
Hmm.
you got internet predators going after people, and if once their true colors come out, so then it's a little ridiculous, but at the same time you got to be aware of it, and it's good to have people that have your six,
Yeah.
because if you're streaming, you can't catch everything that's going on. But at the same
Right.
time, people that are watching don't know exactly what all is going on by just being watching chat. They can't see your
Mhm.
whispers. They can't see your DMs. They can't see like your other platforms that are connected to your channel, regardless of Kick or Twitch, YouTube, where they can click on it and they can message you that way. No one's aware of that until they either speak out. There's a lot of times where female, even male content creators are holding a lot of stuff in, and then finally when they release it, it's already too late, where they're already talking about it and like not ready to stream again. Like, I don't know if I can go live. I mean, we don't know, but your people will know just by being in Discord and seeing a different showing of face and feelings.
Yeah.
And like, if you're not showing yourself on camera, like, it's definitely alarming, and more people should be aware, and more people should help take care of protecting the person, the streamer, regardless of who they are, when they're on camera, when they're on that live button, because words are harmful. Actions are even worse. But let's not get it to where the actions have to happen and cut it right at the beginning.
Yeah, all the hate
Yeah.
raids, all the all the bullshit that everybody goes. I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of people go through. The big streamers, Valkyrie is the Pokemains, Amaranth. A lot of the hot tub streamers. They go through a lot of shit like that. I just saw an article where another big streamer was going after another big female streamer, sending hate raids her way and everything like that, and just I don't get it. You don't like somebody, don't interact with them. You don't need to cause a riot, or you don't need back in the day I forget what it's even called, when they would go hunt the Frankenstein, get the crowd to go after them and hunt them down. You don't need that. Like, all right, I don't like Billy. I'm not going to be in a stream. I'm not going to send my 20 people. Well, let me my 3 people to go after him and hate him. That's it's stupid. It's a waste of time. But a lot of people don't think it's a waste of time. They like it. Like the video was showing the streamer laughing and just having a good time about it. I don't get it. I really don't.
It's all about positive vibes, and if you're not ready to send positive vibes to other people that are growing, that a lot of people stream to get away from real world life. I swear to God, this storm takes my service out. I swear to God. Y'all saw the flicker, and I'm like,
gonna send a hate raid to the storm. Mother Nature's about to get hate raided.
Yeah, like it's all about positive vibes. When your stream's over and you send the love over to someone else, or you're deciding to raid someone new, who we're going to be raiding to tonight after the podcast is over, we want to see the streamer smile. We want them to make their day, because you don't know what their battles they're fighting outside streaming. You don't know what they're dealing with when they wake up and before they hit that live button, but you want to reassure anybody that you're there. You have their 6, no matter if it's for verbal advice, for chatting, for vibes, for just making them feel like they're needed, they're wanted on this earth. Mental health is a big thing. And that's why I came up with this topic today on perspective, on male and female perspective on content creators. It doesn't matter who has it better or who doesn't. It's the fact is, you in general is what makes the content. You in general is what pushes that live button, and what you show will bring the attention of people. Everyone's always looking and searching and seeing who's online. Like, oh, I like what this person's doing. Oh, I like what this person's doing. And you go check them out. And if you guys vibe, you just created a bond that can grow over time. But be respectful. You don't know what they've gone through. You don't know what their traumas they have had outside, where if you say a certain word to them, that could be a trigger. That can sit there and be like, yeah, don't say that. Like, and some people take it the wrong way, and they'll react the wrong way. And that gives bad vibes. So
100%.
That's all I'm. Yeah, go ahead.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And like Tyler just said in chat, anxiety, depression, PTSD is exactly.
Hey Jake, welcome in. Appreciate you.
Streaming in, I want to say in 2019. It was just like a year before COVID. That's why I started streaming. I suffer from all that. I was in the military, saw some shit, did some shit, been to some shit. It is what it is. I grew up in a bad household, experienced some shit. It is what it is. Me being who I am and how I was raised, I don't know how to let that shit out. I can't cry. I bottle everything up. I'm a ticking time bomb. So for me to stream, to hang out with people, it's a lot for me, but it's something that I need. And I appreciate when I like hanging out with you guys. You guys are my therapy. Without telling you what I go through and everything I deal with, just hanging out, playing games, bullshitting. Last night, fucking a 5-hour, 6-hour, 7-hour, however long it was, therapy session of just hanging out, drinking tequila. Oh, I was having a good time. So it's definitely well needed for me, and I appreciate all of you guys. So
I'm the same way. I started 2020 right when COVID was a thing, but it wasn't really a big thing just yet. I do this because I live alone. I haven't had roommates since I started streaming, and I like interacting. Like, I'm a talking person. I like to vibe out. I like to be there for people. I met Nips through Crow, and we've been connected ever since. She's made me cry multiple times. We bonded.
Damn.
Good cries. Good cries.
Cries.
I'm not saying like she hurt my feelings, but she's changed me in a positive way where I didn't see it in myself, and it blew my mind. Crip was
You're
here
gonna make
for
her
it.
cry.
Wally was. Well, I've got her back. So it is all good and dandy. And when I stream for the people that come in. I don't do it for money. I have a full-time job that's amazing. I love when people come in and just chat with me. The follows and the views is what makes my day. But I'm content whatever happens when I hit that live button until I raid out. If it's only so many viewers or so many chatters, it is what it is. People have real life shit going on. I don't hold it against anybody that doesn't come to my stream. And when they come in and apologize, there's no need for that, because I understand, because I'm the same way. I didn't stream, was it Thursday night or no, I did stream last night, but on a different platform. If I'm busy at work, because it's busy season, it's getting hot here in Texas, so of course I'm going to be busy as hell. If I can't stream, I can't stream. But I understand when other people have things going on, take care of yourself. Make sure you're mentally able and mentally stable before you hit that live button. Because if you're not all there and you start streaming and the vibes and the freaking mood is off tempo, your chatters, your viewers, and your regulars are going to notice it, and they're going to definitely say something. Maybe not in stream, but they'll ask a question, but they'll DM you to check on you. Because those are the real ones that care and want you there. So that way, if something's going on, if you need someone to talk to and you just want someone to listen, you have those people. I have those people. I got Stacks. I got Nips. I got most of the people that are in chat right now. My Discord, the Sugar Bin, like so many different people that I know. I got Snapchat. Like, I don't care if I give out my phone number, my Snap. Like, you can get a hold of me any way possible. I'll be the listener, and I'll give you the advice, and I'll give you the chatter. And if I can't give you the answers you want, I know people that can help me give you the answers you want. Tater tot. Appreciate you, Randy, Kronos, Miss J, Dante, Bushy, Tyler. Make sure I catch everybody. Jake, Beb Killer. There's Jackie, Kronos.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Stormy.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Okay. Tyler, I appreciate that. So there's a lot of things that go on day in and day out, regardless of who you are. But when you're having a good day, it's always a good day. But if you're not having a good, like there'll be days, because I've done it prior. I haven't been back on Twitch in a week, and I've only been on Kick, twice since I was over there last weekend. So, but if you need people to talk to, right now, this community that's in chat, the three faces you see on the screen, we are here. And if you reach out and we don't answer right away, we're not ignoring you. Let that be known. Especially for me, because I drive around to service calls, and I am real bad at being on my phone while driving. There's a camera in my truck. So if I don't get back right away, just know when I stop and I check my phone, I read all notifications. Just know that.
Yeah, and I'm good about helping. I suck about taking help. So
He
I
really
work.
does.
Yeah, Jesus, but I work with kidney patients all day. So if there's a gap in between where I work from home. Where I sit right now, this is my workstation and my gaming station. So if I can respond to you, I will. I have no problem helping and being just an ear for anybody if I can. After 2:00 my time, 2:33, I'm all ears. If I can be there, hey, I need somebody to talk to. Let's do it.
Here's another question for a male and female perspective. what are 3 key things, positive things, that reflects you when you hit that live button, where you're already mentally there, you're excited. It's like, for instance, Thursdays or Friday nights, or even Sunday fun days. What excites you? What are positive things to you when you hit that live button that you're excited to stream about, regardless of what your topic is, regardless of what game you're playing? What are the 3 positive things that you look for or that you want when you hit that live button?
I just want to know that I'm gonna be able to bring a smile to somebody's face that day, that time I go live, because there's been plenty of times where I've been in a horrible, horrible mood, but I went into somebody's stream and it just like helped me melt away and detox from the bullshit that was the day. So like for me, like the positivity and the knowing that I'm going to be spreading as much aloha or love as I can in that stream, and just like literally letting like people know like you're not alone. You're never gonna be alone. Even if we're not physically together, we can be in this together. Like that is always something I always try to make sure that people know when I go live. Because every single person that comes in and gives you that moment to just say hello is something that's super special, whether they're new or whether they've been there since day one,
Same, same.
because they're giving you that time. That's something that's so precious and you can't get back.
Exactly.
So why not give a little bit of yourself and your love and your positivity, or even if it's not positivity, that moment of like, I'm having a bad day, let's try to work through this together, because I've done that. I've had streams where I was like, I'm not having a good day, y'all. It was a shitty ass day, but we're here. We're going to try it. And by the end, every single one of us are at a better state.
Exactly. Yep. Stacks.
For me, I feel it's harder for me because before I was part of this group, and probably into middle of COVID, I streamed nearly every day, and then when COVID hit, I used to work in the emergency room, so I used to experience a lot of things with patients and everything like that. So my depression
Oh, I just
started
hit a
taking
button. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
my depression started taking a hit, so I started streaming less and less and less, and now it's like for me, once every 3-4 months that I'll stream for a couple hours. What I look forward to is kind of like Nips was saying, just for me, I don't average very many viewers at all, but just somebody, it doesn't matter if it's a new person or if it's old person that comes in, just them saying hi and how you doing, what's going on, Stacks, just that gives me a little bit of a high. So to end the stream and be like, all right, I only had 5 people in my stream, but out of the 5, 3 people actually said something. That was a win. It's not a lot. It is what it is, but it's a win for me. So I'm trying to get better at streaming more, but I'm also very scared about streaming. I'm very anxious. And Nips talked to me. She didn't talk me into it, but she helped me to stream the one time that I did a month ago. Like, because I was just like, anxiety was killing me.
Mhm.
And she's like, what do you got to lose? And she's like, we're here for you. Don't worry about it. It was a great day. Um,
Well,
so
it started out too with just start playing with us.
Yep,
If at that point you feel like you want to go live when you're in the thick of it, do it.
yep. And that's when I was like, I did it. And you were like, what? What? Oh shit, man. Stacks is streaming. So for me, that you giving your energy helps me. Every people that come into the stream helps me. I can't say I'm like there's 3 things because for me being the stuff that I deal with mentally, the cons outweigh the pros in my head, even though it's probably the very opposite. So that's something that I need to get over. But right now, it's just the energy that I get from others. I love it.
I get that. And Jeezy, I'm so sorry. My mouse happened to be over your name and I hit a hotkey and it banned you. I'm so sorry.
It was accidentally on purpose.
I like put my hands down. I was like, oh shit.
So good questions, Easy. So does a viewer count still matter to the panel? For instance, you go live on your regular day, but for some reason you only have 3 live viewers. Do you stop the stream? Does it trigger a state of sadness? What do you do? Now, at the beginning, when I started streaming, when I didn't know what I was doing, and I knew to become affiliate, you needed 3 viewer average. I used to, probably for the first 6 to 8 months of my streaming, like, I guess, career, if I didn't have enough viewers in there, I didn't stream as long. But then I got to the point, once I became affiliated, like, viewers are viewers. Like, if you're pushing for partner, if you want to have a certain average and you have goals, that's one thing. But I'm not sad or anything like that now. After 2 years of streaming, I'm content and happy whoever comes in. I'm going to stream until I feel like I should shut it down and go to bed or watch a movie or something. But it does, for a state of mind, it affects everyone differently. A lot of people, because I've heard it from so many people. I made a tweet probably a couple weeks ago where people were saying they're going to quit streaming because they weren't getting the viewership, they weren't getting the followers, they weren't making the money that other people are. Everyone's different on it. It's not just about how they look, but it's their content. And I made literally a blunt, straight to the point tweet where I was like, it's you in general as a freaking content creator. Change what you're doing, do something, but at the same time, don't do what chat tells you. Do what makes you happy. And the people that see that and like your vibes, they'll be there. And the ones that'll sit there, I see all the time in people's streams where we're just in a game and we're sitting in the lobby, but we're chatting. And you hear everyone in Discord, or Discord could be up. And the game is on, but we're have Discord on stream. And people will come in, first time viewers or people that have been in before. It's like, play a game, do this, do that. And they get their rocks off by sitting there riling up a streamer, riling up chat. And they usually get timed out or they get banned. Go with the vibes. Have your people that have swords, diamonds, or people that will help you in chat. Take care of chat. Pay attention to chat. Because I used to be that streamer
God,
that
pay
was
attention to
sweaty. So sweaty at games where I'd be sitting there gaming and my other monitor chats over here. And you only get those 3 seconds, maybe to a minute, where someone comes in to talk. And if you don't acknowledge them, they're already moved on.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest advice I can give any content creator, male or female. Pay attention to chat, because you only have that small window to interact with someone where you can make a difference and have them come in and stay before they're gone. So
Yeah, Ms. J, I went through that too. Not the pregnant part, but I took a hiatus for a few months. Well, not like full hiatus for a few months. One solid month and then like sporadic ones here and there. Um, I went from having an average of, I don't know, about 60 in chat on a regular basis to having, I don't know, 10 or 12. Um, and at first it fucked with me. It definitely did. I I didn't struggle with having the views that you needed to become affiliate at the very beginning, because I was already very well known in a lot of large circles prior to streaming. Um, because I used to be a very, very large monetary supporter. So a lot of people knew me prior. So that's why I didn't really have an issue starting up my streaming. Um, but when I took my break and came back, it was a lot different. And there was a lot of different clicks and things like that. And it was really hard to come back. But that was also at the time where I realized I'm not doing this for the view count. I'm not doing this for the money. I am doing this because it's something that's mentally helping me, and that's what I want to help do for others. So for me, the number doesn't matter. If there's one person in there and we're having a conversation, then I'm gonna sit there and have a conversation with one person. I don't care. It just might not be as long of a stream. Because if it ends up just being me and one person, or me and one and like 2 or 3 other people, I'll be like, "You guys wanna take this to a private Discord call? We can totally hang out in Discord."
Mhm.
And I'll end stream. No big deal. I saw that, Billy. You lie super flicking. So, I don't think it's a matter of, like, just ending it. I think it's a push through and enjoy your time with whoever's in there.
Mhm. For me, it's the opposite. That number still to this day bugs me. It annoys me. I hate it because I concentrate so much on it. 3
Yeah.
viewers, 4 viewers, 3 viewers, 2. It drives me crazy. It's
I
in
don't even look
during
at it when I stream.
I it's
Number doesn't exist.
I can't take my eyes off of it. And I tried not to compare myself to others, but I'm like, why is this motherfucker got 12, 15, 20? What is and I know, just like Billy was saying, it's on me. I'm very monotone. I don't show a lot of excitement. I may say some stupid shit. Let me rephrase, I say a lot of stupid shit, but I don't I'm not the streamer that's jumping up and, fireworks are going off behind, the lights are going fucking bananas. I I have a Go XLR, but it's not fucking set up. Like, that's not me. But I want it to be me, but I can't reprogram myself to be that kind of streamer. So I know I need to make TikToks and Instagrams and whatever else the fucking shit is. But shut up, the hacker. Um, but it's rough for me. Like, that number in my head holds a lot of fucking value, and it fucking sucks because
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it used to for me.
yeah, but and now it goes into social media because it's almost like social media. I posted a picture, but I only have 5 likes. Why do I only have 5 likes when I have 500 followers? So it's the same thing. Why do I only have 3 people in here when I have 1,000 people that are following me? Why aren't they in my stream right now? Why aren't they interacting with me? What am I doing wrong?
Mm.
And mm, that's that's where the self-doubt comes in, and comparison, and it's just it's a mind fuck. I mind fuck myself every time. Every time.
And
Oh, I do
you're not
too.
the only one either. Like,
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure
even
everyone
in
does.
I
general,
agree.
I see so many content creators, regardless of platform, where they have thousands. I mean, thousands of followers, and then you're instantly thinking, like, you have this many followers. Why don't you have? Oh Lord, it's like, why don't
Yes,
you
my friend.
have the the viewers? Why aren't you partnered? Hi, Flexi. I got
Yeah, go ahead and say hi to your readers.
I gotta fix this. There's so many alerts coming. I literally have my kick. I literally have my kick and my Twitch all going off at the same time. All right, welcome in, Raiders. FlexiLex, appreciate you, love you as always. We are doing a podcast. This is the second episode of I Got Your 6 podcast. The topic is male and female perspective on content creators and job careers that are dominated by one or the other sex. We're almost halfway through the podcast, and we're only shaving off the top of it to where we get into more detailed things. Appreciate you guys for coming. Appreciate the follows. Welcome in. Hope you guys like the content. If you do, stay a while, ask them questions, and we won't miss it. But back to what Stacks was saying, and back to saying where you have the viewership or you have the follows and you don't have the viewership. When, for me in general, I stream because if I don't stream, like I live alone, I don't know, I know I said that again, but if I'm not somewhere socializing or talking or interact with someone, I'm in my head. As a combat vet, my PTSD used to be real bad. Like I promise, and I will tell you flat out, if it wasn't for Discord or streaming, my mental state would have never recovered from what it used to be. Because if I'm not in Discord, and I always show my face, if I'm not in Discord, I'm not streaming, I'm not in the right headspace. Like I take my days or take my nights where I go to bed because sleep is the only safe spot to be when I'm in the wrong state of mind. And everyone goes through those phases. It don't matter if you don't need medical help, you don't need a therapist, you don't. I use my medical help and my therapist are my friends and family who are here in chat, here in Discord on a regular basis. And if we're not in Discord on a daily basis, like we take like an off day or someone's got stuff going on, it feels weird. Like Nips can agree
Really
to it.
weird.
If she takes a day off, Tits, myself, Stacks, like Kronos, Dante, like the whole fan base. If one person's missing, we're sitting like
Yeah,
they at?
where's
Like-
Billy at?
SOS, freaking life alert. We're wondering.
But with this group, it's great because it's like, where's Billy? There's somebody that knows. Oh, he's working late or he's
Yep.
got overtime. We might send up a premature bad alert, but somebody
I knew
already
that was
knows. But somebody knows the fucking answer to it. So, for me, I'm the new guy, so to say, and so I'm learning when I don't interact with you guys on a daily that I feel like I am missing something, and it's wild to me. It's like, damn, I didn't talk to Nips, or I didn't see Waffles, I didn't
Facts, Crypt.
do
Facts.
this. So I can definitely feel that I'm falling in love with you guys.
Stop.
I don't
I am
know.
not gonna cry on the podcast. We
I
can
don't
do this
know. I don't
after
know.
stream. I'm not doing this on the podcast.
I know that I'm loving this group, and it's everybody's so fucking different, and that's what's fucking great.
Even since the first time, like when we all met, between you and Jibs, the two that are usually always regular in Discord, always vibing, we're always playing games, or just hanging out in Discord and just talking. And if we need to like go into a different channel to vent something where you don't need everyone to know, we're all here. It don't matter if you're a first time viewer or you come hang out with us. There's so much more going on behind the live button that
Yeah.
helps each other out on a day-to-day basis. And the biggest advice I can give to anybody, plan trips. It could be just a weekend getaway and go visit the people that care about you, want you to be here, and have you with the most positive, uplifting state of mind, so that way you feel relieved. I've gone on so many trips this year, it's ridiculous, but I love it because I promised myself at the beginning of the year that I was going to touch grass and I was going to go see my friends and family. And
Yeah.
I've already went to Oregon. I got other stuff planned. I got another big trip in June. I'm going to go back to Oregon when it's not as expensive because everyone's traveling up there. And
Ain't nothing in Oregon.
Stacks,
Other than nips and
the
waffles.
next time I go up, you're coming
Tits.
down.
Tips and tits.
You're
are
going-
Oregon.
It's nips and tits on my bad.
You're coming down to Portland the next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only 2 hours away, so
Fuck.
it's an easy drive. I've done
Because
it.
there were so much things we
once a
didn't
month.
do. I was still full the whole time. But
Yeah.
we didn't get Hawaiian, and I realized that literally 10 days after I got back last night.
Hey,
I was
man.
like, I didn't get Hawaiian Nips. What is wrong with us?
Hawaiian is teriyaki with potato salad. I was waiting for the answer, and I love nips. I'm just joking. I'm just
Her
joking.
face went from 0
Yeah,
to 10
I knew that was
real
gonna be the
quick.
answer.
But no, okay, so back to the the thing. So, Fallen had said, like he'd prefer a smaller group so that way you can get to know him, blah blah blah, yada yada.
Yeah.
I I do agree with that to an extent, but that's because I also have like other goals in mind. So for me, yeah, I absolutely love a small stream, smaller numbers, will you? And so that way I do have that ability to get to know people a little bit more and talk to them and personalize stuff. And eventually though, for me, I do like to grow. I like to have more people in there because that just means that I'm able to change more individuals' days. Hopefully for the positive.
Yeah.
But so for me, I don't mind smaller. I'll enjoy smaller because then I have that more intimate moment to be able to get to know them as an individual and then just grow. Because like, I mean, how many times have we seen 20 people in here all at once and we're all just vibing and chilling, and yet like we've also had moments where there's just been two, three, four of us. So it's just then you gradually build your family and you get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and sometimes they fall off and sometimes they don't.
Yeah,
Very
they
true.
definitely fall off.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
So
said that like
Ivy,
you.
oh,
Because like even in this streaming world, you
I'll
have
explain later.
this, it's like this the tree system, right? So like we are the base, right? You have your roots, your core people, your humans. I've got, right now in Discord with me, I've got Billy and I've got Stacks. They are my root system, right? They are holding me down, they're grounding me. And then I have the branches of the people that are there. They love me, they support me, but they could still fall off, And then I've got all the ones that are the leaves. They're here for however long they're supposed to be here. They're for a season.
They're here for
Someone clipped
season.
that because that was probably the best image you can give someone when it explains what a family means to a person in general, not just a streamer, just a person. Relating and explaining that a tree, a growing tree, has its roots, has its foundation, grows,
Got the trunk.
has its trunk, which is the strongest point of the tree, not the actual tree
Which
itself.
it should be you. You should be that trunk.
Yes. And then you have branches, and then you have the leaves, and then you have the system of course, the ecosystem of it rains and you grow more leaves, you get brighter, you get greener. And we're not going to relate and say it's fallen, the leaves are falling off, because that is not the thing. We're just talking in general of a tree. And this is Fern Gully, and I'm being soppy about this.
I fucking love Ferngully.
The magical rainforest.
Yes.
Yes.
And I wish
bad
someone would
timing,
come in
yes,
here and try to
but-
chop this forest down, because I promise you what, you got nothing coming.
But it's true because the leaves, or not. You got the sun is just like people interacting with you. You get that positive energy. You get that growth from
Thank you, Dante.
people interacting with you and loving you and stuff like that. So great analogy. Let's continue, Nips.
Let's go. Appreciate all the
We
clips.
got it clipped.
Hey, the way you explained it and how quiet and everything was, I was waiting for the Titanic song to start playing.
Near or wherever. Yeah.
Vin Diesel would just say family.
Yeah. I don't have
You're not
friends.
wrong.
You're right,
I don't have
GZ.
friends. I got family.
And he's not wrong. And of course, I'm about to have a moment with my camera. There you go.
But so moment.
Yeah, this motherfucker.
So we're gonna move this along and now kind of carry this over to the other main topic of the podcast, where female or male dominated career fields, meaning real life jobs outside streaming, perspectives from it. We're going to go back and forth and saying, what do you think a career field that is male dominant or female dominant? Not saying, because trust me, I'm in a career field that you would not think you would see women in, but there's definitely women in my career field as an HVAC technician. So
There's money there.
we're going to start with Stacks this time. What do you think is a male-dominated and a female-dominated career field?
The medical field, because I see it firsthand. So nurses, I used to work in the emergency room. Now I work with kidney dialysis patients. So yes, there are male nurses, and there's a handful of them, but that is very dominated by women. And I think it's just more because they have a more caring nature than men. They're there to, it's just something about them that wants to help take care of people. You know, there are men out there that want to do that too, but it's not as ingrained in men as it is in women. For what I currently do, it is still very women oriented. You know, I work with patients that with patients and their insurance. So I have to make sure if you're getting dialysis treatment that your insurance covers this. Even that field is very dominated by women. I work for one of the biggest dialysis clinics in the country, top 5. And I go to the office once a month, and there's literally 100 women and 5 guys. And I'm not talking about the burgers. So I do.
I'm not talking
But
about
it's
the
very,
Hey,
very.
good milkshakes though.
Never had one.
Okay, on to the next topic.
But it's very dominated by women. So I can speak firsthand for the medical field. I can't. I'm trying to think of others off the top of my head, but I don't know.
Nips?
So for me, firsthand experience, the corporate type world, right? So typically in my industry, um, property management is typically at the lower level is predominantly female because more times than none, you are going to be more comfortable with a female showing you a home, presenting you with a home rather than a male. Um, and whereas they're doing more of the upper management corporate type stuff. So I feel like more corporate style jobs are predominantly male. And I feel like it's been that way for a really long time. Whereas all of the women are more at a lower level. Obviously, that is rising in the female side, but I still feel like the corporate side of a lot of businesses are still predominantly male.
I can see it. I can see it. It's you know it's the same with in my field. We have there's a lot of women managers. Then after that, then it gets to a mix of male to women directors. But then from that, it just starts to get dominated by the men.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about it like that until now. But it's
Jesus, Bushy.
yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on
if you
now.
look at it in almost any kind of workforce structure, you do see
Mhm.
a lot more females at the lower totem. And whereas it just predominantly as it progresses, it is more
Mhm.
male driven, which I believe that's because more or less it's a situation where people look at males as more of a masculine thing where they can be more of that authoritative type figure, whereas women are still perceived as being more approachable, more nice, more timid. Not necessarily 100% now, but like it still has that weight on it, I feel
So
like anyway.
so it's I'm comparing this again to my field. So the women at the lower end, the supervisors, managers, they're more people or yeah, people where they're managing the lower people
Hmm.
and taking care of the home, while the men who are in the upper echelons of the business, whatever it may be, they're taking care of closing contracts or whatever it may be. So it's very, I'm putting like a course corresponding it to like the managers are the stay-at-home mom, while the
Yeah.
men kind of, bringing home the bacon, so to say, working the contracts or whatever. I've never even thought about it like that. That's very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, Jeezy, that makes that's a good point. Like
Hmm.
a lot of cashiers are predominantly female, and then
Hmm.
the heavy lifting jobs are
The backpacking
male.
jobs.
Because yeah, let's be honest. I as a female, I can I can lift some shit and I can throw some shit around, but not every female is physically built to do a heavy lifting job. They're just not. Not all women, obviously. Um, go ahead.
So a career field that a lot of people don't talk about or unaware of unless you follow certain channels of this is that now and probably in the recent, I would say 4 years, females are going into special operations in the military. They made a
That's
big
pretty new.
thing. They made a big thing about it, which is good because it should be. If a woman wants to go and be a badass, like you see all the previous men that have done it, and they made 2 women famous of completing Ranger School. And it's not just Rangers. I don't know what the SEALs are doing. I don't know if the SEALs have where women went through SEAL training and became and got their tridents. But militaries start to be more open where women can try out for other career fields. Now there is a little, I wouldn't say backlash, but there's a little difficulties when you do these because women can have kids. They carry kids. If you're in a combat situation, meaning you're in a deployable state where you can go get activated in these special operations, go do special missions overseas, if women are pregnant, they can't go
Right.
because the military will not send a pregnant woman into a combat
Mm-mm.
zone and jeopardize not only their camaraderie, but also jeopardize possibly not losing just the person, but losing the person they're carrying. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of people, I know a lot of old school, salty military folks aren't fans of that, but this is 2023 and everyone wants to be treated equally. And I, for one, am not against if a woman wants to go be a badass and go do special operations. Now, as a CB, we have female CBs that are in career fields, and they're all trades. You have building, you have welding, you have equipment operators, you have, I was a Navy plumber, you have electricians, you have mechanics, construction mechanics, and you also have EAs, which build and plan the projects that are being built by all the other companies, Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. So I support, like, I'm not against anybody that wants to try something because if their heart's in it and they want to give it a try, let them. And if they are sit there struggling or they fail, don't make them feel bad. Push them because if they're going to succeed, they're going to succeed for themselves, but also for the people that are pushing them to succeed.
Yeah.
So any career field that there is that's male dominated or female dominated, it doesn't matter. If someone wants to do it because they just got that little thing or they grew up, like when I was
They
a
got
kid,
that fire.
I wanted to be a cop. That's all I wanted to be growing up. And when I fulfilled that dream, I knew after being a cop for so long, I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me. I want to be able to go home every day, guaranteed, and see my family. Now, I'm not saying every career field is going to be like that because accidents happen, things happen. There was a life or a news thing that happened before we went live that happened here in Texas. You don't know what your day is going to bring, but if you want to do something, do it, because your family's going to support you, your friends are going to support you, and anyone that you work alongside with during that journey, they're going to support you and be proud of you.
Yeah.
So at the same time, just be who you are. Not going to finish the army sentence, be all you can be, but do what makes you happy.
You just did.
So
You can be, but I agree. Women, I have no problem. Woman,
I
you
did want
wanna
to be a firefighter.
yeah, you wanted to play with hoses. But women, if you want to be in special forces, be it. But kind of the same on the same sentiment that Randy stated.
Yeah, I would agree with Randy.
If I get downed, you need to be able to drag my ass, especially if I'm still operational. If I can still fire my weapon and still be an asset to the team, or if I'm fucking get in there, drag my ass out,
Yeah,
return,
bro.
do it.
I had a friend from high school that went into uh the Marines, female, right? And she's shorter. She was shorter than me, and like an eighth of my weight. Okay, this girl, when she came back, holy mother of pearls, it was like they literally like Captain America'd her ass, because she came back taller than me
Mhm.
and like packed on nothing but solid ass muscle. I was like, holy crap, is
Okay.
that who I think it is? And I still weighed more than her, but she threw me up over her shoulder and ran across the field with me. And I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm hot right now or completely just shook. Like,
On the same note, I have a friend that I went to boot camp with, and she had a younger sister. Years later, she joined the Marines. She graduated from boot camp. Now she's one of the leading female drill instructors at Paris Island as a Marine, and she moved up the ranks so fast. I think she's right below gunnery sergeant, I believe. Like, she moved up fast. High scores, kills it in all the PT. It's got the voice of a freaking Wonder Woman, and like intimidating as fuck. Like, if she yelled at me, well, not just because she's Latina, but if she yelled at me, I promise you, I'd stand too at attention and not in parade rest. Like,
my parents
Staff
always thought I
sergeant,
was going to
yeah.
end up in the military. They always thought I was going to end up in the military because of how I was.
Was her favorite snack crayons? No, her favorite snack was freaking carne asada fries. So
Oh, yum.
Damn.
yeah, she's
Almost.
from New Mexico. She's from New Mexico, and I still stay in touch with her. But
She got that Stax voice.
oh, she's got the
This is
Latina
Tyler.
deep voice where it's like
Mm.
she can
I
be
grew
nice
up
and
with 'em.
sweet, but when she's got that freaking cover on, you might as well just
It's
get down
different. It's
and
different.
do-
Randy, I like the red ones. I bet you do, Randy.
I also, I don't know, and I don't want this to sound wrong. I'm not sexist at all. But I don't want a woman just to go do something just to try to prove a point when she knows she can't do it. If I don't even know if I'm saying this the right way.
No,
but
you are saying that right. Where if someone, like, because I get it perspective, and they've made movies about it. When a woman is doubted of her ability to do the same thing a man can do, they will. Same thing perspective for a male trying to get into a female dominated career field. They will do what they can to succeed, try as much as they can. If it's to a point where they can't and they realize that, but at least they tried. That's the
Yeah.
key thing a lot of people look over. It's not the fact that they didn't succeed, it's the fact that they tried everything they could until either their body or their mental state would not allow them to go any further without further damaging themselves. And like, I'm all for it. If you want to sit there and try something because it's
You
out
gotta
of your
put the-
bubble, or if
Mhm.
someone's doubting you, do it. But at the same time, don't do a backlash. Just show that you did it, because you're going to make those doubters clap for you at the end regardless of the end state of you succeeding, or at least you tried, because it's not a participation trophy. It's the fact that you sacrificed your will, your body, and your state of mind to try to succeed or succeed at something no one thought you could do.
And all those trainings are meant to break you in every possible fucking way. Mentally, physically, emotionally. It's the whole thing is a clusterfuck of pain. And if you go into that thinking, oh, I'm just gonna do it and see how it goes, and you're not really trying to accomplish the end goal, and you're not giving it your 120%, then don't bother doing it. Now, if you're going in there that says, I know I'm gonna get beat up, but I'm gonna push it as far as I can, and you do, and you only make it through halfway, and you ring that bell, you have my respect because you did something I didn't do.
Yep.
I was not going to commit to that kind of training, that kind of mental fuckness, because I barely could handle a drill sergeant in my fucking face, so let alone going through all the painstaking bullshit that they do. So
another point of view, because everyone thinks when you're at the size that you are, regardless of sex, that you can literally do anything because of your size. I'll be the first one to tell you, back in the day when I was in Pop Warner, I almost quit playing football forever because I got rocked so hard by this dude named Trey, tall ass lanky white dude, rocked my shit, and I was on my ass crying, wanting to quit in Pop Warner football. And I promise you, that was the last lick I ever got that I hated. Because after that day, if you gave me a good lick, I took it, wiped it off, and realized that I was going to jack some things up. But don't ever doubt yourself or have that mentality to quit. Kamara! And want to quit because you got knocked in your ass. Because it doesn't matter how many times you fall down. What matters is how many times you pick yourself up and keep moving forward. And I know so many people, Morgan Freeman, Sylvester Stallone, have some badass quotes, especially Sylvester Stallone, because it's in a lot of music songs where Sylvester Stallone is like, it doesn't matter how hard you get knocked down, it matters how hard and how many times you pick yourself up and move forward.
Yep.
yeah,
And that's in any and every situation in life. Anything.
yeah.
And GZ, to answer your question, no. There are
No.
none.
Yeah, no woman has
Not
become
yet.
a Navy SEAL.
There has been 8 women that have attempted. And no, none of
And
them.
don't get me wrong, because there's other countries that have special operations that are
Israeli, right?
that
Israeli
are
is mainly
crazy,
women.
where people don't talk about because we're in the States. But the hardest training to get through for all special operations is SEALs.
Buds training,
Buds training, and then it's Ranger. Ranger is almost freaking paramount, where they're close to it.
Mhm.
It's still tough as hell. I promise you right now, even when I was in the best shape of my life, I mentally could not get through that without wanting to like quit and disappear.
Yeah.
Even in the
I know a
Army,
few Rangers and they, oof.
yeah, my dad was a Ranger, but a step below that is like air assault, and even air assault training is meant to break you and everything. Running, jumping, bullshit, jumping out of airplanes and helicopters and all that shit. Even that shit is ridiculous. So,
And Tyler, I think as a non-military individual, I think yes, they should have to go through it, because if you're going to put yourself as a female in the same situation as a man, you should be able to withstand the same thing and be able to, like Randy was saying earlier, fucking carry a man to safety if he's downed. Like, you should be able to do that as a female. If you're going to put yourself in that situation, you need to be able to tough it out too. Just how I feel.
it's there's women that can fire a weapon and knock a squirrel off a tree from 300 plus yards. They are sharpshooters. They are beasts. There's
I'm one of
women
those.
that
But ask me to carry a man to no, I can't do
yeah,
it.
and
I know
vice
that's my restriction.
and there are women that can do it all,
Yeah.
be Wonder
Oh,
Woman,
absolutely.
and fucking I envy you because I probably not in my current post-apocalyptic COVID body.
Yep.
I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Shit, my knees. I had to take a fucking what is that salt that you put in the bath? Epsom salt.
Epsom salt.
My 6'3" manatee fat body was in my little 5-foot tub, trying to be in the tub. It was awful. My knees hurt from the army.
And the famous
So-
words of Kevin Hart: "My knees, my back, my feet."
But
Yeah, that's me.
if a woman can do it, if she can talk that shit and back up that shit, she about that shit. So
Agreed.
if I have no problem with being side by side if I had to go to combat with a woman that can back that shit up. Now, if you crying because we being shot at, then you need to go back, stay back, do what you can back, let somebody else come forward and take your spot. But if you all about running into danger, let's roll.
Yeah.
And going back to, I had a previous stream where I was talking about a story of a third class at the time who's seen combat, and we were doing the aerosol training where we were taking on fire from professionals that are training us. And this guy curled up into a fetal position and did not return fire. So I'm taking fire on top of a higher ranking, I think she was a first class, who's been to combat as well. And she was getting shots, and with him not covering her 6, she was taking shots to her badunkadunk. She had them.
Yeah.
And it's all about tachypsyche when it comes to situations like that.
Mhm.
And if you have that tachypsyche where you turn into a whole different person, and it can be good or bad, because that different person, either you are
Gun hole.
fight or flight.
Flight.
Yep.
And if you're flight, you are not meant to be out in the battlefield, because if you can't
You are
protect the
not.
people that are behind you or in front of you, you're no good to anybody in a squad. Because the
You can't
reason
even-
why there's training, so when you get put in those situations, you don't react differently. Because if you do,
Mm.
let's just say
You're-
the judicial punishment is not as pretty as it was on the civilian side.
But if you can't even take care of yourself, if you're rolling up into a ball, I know you're not taking care of me and Nips and Billy. I don't need to sit here and worry about this one person not covering my ass. I'm already worried about if Nips is doing okay over there. I'm already over here. Everybody's holding up their side of the bargain, except this little motherfucker back here crying. And that's when all this training comes into place, and that's how they try to break you. And hopefully they broke you enough where they can find that bullshit and say, yeah, you need to go.
Yeah, back
Yeah.
in the day, they would literally get you to where you're able to defend yourself and your buddy system
Mhm.
next to you. In today's life in war and anything like that, they just send you back to the States, and you're waiting for your unit to get back to the States, and then you're getting court-martialed because
As you should.
you are no good to a
Going to jail.
unit if you can't protect yourself. And if it's bad enough where someone died on your watch,
Done
not
deal.
only are you getting court-martialed, you're getting busted down to E0, which is a thing, and you go to Leavenworth, which is the worst prison in the States today's
for,
age
for military.
for
yeah.
military. So just know either you're about it or you're not. But remember, don't be selfish, because when you're in a group activity or in a unit, you have to worry about everybody else. Because I'll
Yep.
be the first one to tell you, it still kills me knowing I lost people, not because of that, but losing them because they did the right thing or they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. And knowing people cared about them, they could have been a mother, a father, a son, a daughter, relative of any sort, and they have people back home that don't get to see them anymore.
Yeah.
Kansas, Tyler.
Yeah, I know that place all too well. Damn ex-wife.
Mm.
Cheers to that.
No, but I mean, even in basic training, you do a lot of exercises as team exercises. You know, I know people have seen hundreds of military movies where it's literally get to one side to the other without touching the water. That's real fucking shit. I worked on boats, so I needed to know DC damage control. So you needed to know how to shore up a hole, how to close up pipes. You got to do all this fucking shit, and you're literally in a room, small. That's how they train you, and it's fucking filling up with water. And I need to make sure that I'm doing my shit or helping my battle do their shit at the same time, hoping that this motherfucker's back here doing their shit, because if they're not doing your shit, you're gonna drown.
So in boot camp, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the graduating last test for you. What is that ship called, or what was the activity called where you have to stay up for over 24 hours and experience all the life-changing events on a ship? What was that called?
Life-saving.
I
didn't have that. Not in the Army.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I was in the Army.
So on a ship, because I was on a ship for my first year in the Navy before I switched over to construction combat, is where if you're on a ship, it's all about a buddy system. It's all about accountability. It's all about honor and courage and, of course, commitment. All your core values. And if you're not there to give the same help to your buddy next to you, you're worthless. And that's not 100%. Saying in bad terms. It's just saying you're no good to a team. You're a weak point in the team, and we need all to be strong.
Yeah, if you can't help one, you can't help many.
So and that goes not just in the military. That goes in all career fields, all life-changing things. If you're playing a sport, if you're playing a video game that's a first-person shooter, if it's a team activity and you're the weak point, you're no good to them if you're not helping out. It's like a group project in high school where you get an A and you did the least work because you didn't help. Always look at it as be that person, not to just lean on, but to be the backbone, so that way everyone succeeds, everyone's level-headed, and everyone's mentally able to do the things we can day in and day out.
Don't be a nips and don't do nothing and get an A on that fucking project.
And on that note, that is a good ending, because we are about an hour and a half into the podcast, and this has been a phenomenal second episode of I Got Your Six. And we're going to find someone that we've never rated before that could use the amazing people we have in chat to go vibe out, chat with them. So if Stacks, Nips, or anybody in chat has someone that's streaming right now that you know for a fact I've never rated, we could send this love over to someone and make their day, because that's all we like to do. Mental health and self-love make people's day by just changing it by one word or a whole sentence.
Like it. Well, I want to say thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for interacting with me, Nips. I appreciate you.
Thank you both, especially Stacks for last minute jumping on, because I needed a male perspective. And of course, Nips offering last night that if I didn't have something planned, she would be here, because she did a podcast this morning and she took a nap.
Well, let's thank Nips for waking up on time.
Well, I didn't wake up on time.
Well, no, you didn't, but thank you for waking up in a nap.
So we're looking for people that if you have somebody that's live right now that I've never rated, or you have,
what you got, Nips?
just put it in chat.
I have a very large list, so let me look here.
So we can send this amazing group of people that have been here for the podcast. We will be live again on the podcast in 2 weeks from today. And the topic will be postpartum. So we'll have 3 other faces besides myself on the postpartum discussion, on the perspectives of what women positively and negatively go through after having a child. So tune in, keep tabs, because in 2 weeks, that stream is going to happen. Thank you, Ms. J. I will definitely be in touch with you because I have to confirm with everyone, but I would love to have you on there.
I've never had a baby, so I'd look like I am.
I'm
pregnant.
excited about that one
I'm getting so much
because
feedback on
I mean
that.
you've already heard some of my
Goddamn twins.
postpartum stuff.
So
Um,
yes, Darthness, I am about to rate out. The podcast has concluded, and it's been an amazing one. It's the 2nd episode, so we're finding someone that we can rate out to that we never rated, that we can bring the vibes to. 'Cause I'm sure someone would love to have a bomb of 28 viewers come in throw out. I gotta get some.
100.
I got your 6 emotes done, so that way I have separate raids where I'm not just showing it's a Billy Badass raid.
let's
What you got next?
Actually, let's see.
I have a COD streamer, maybe.
Also, if you're unaware on who to raid and stuff, go check out their vibes to see if they're interacting with chat, because we want that when we come in and they have the alerts that they acknowledge and are glowing and excited that they got a raid of no matter how many people.
Have
This
you
person would
ever
never.
rated Melanin Queen Lay?
Doesn't sound familiar.
Here, hold on. I'll put her name in chat. She's just chatting right now. She's a super sweet human being.
I know the
her
last new
name.
person I rated, she was playing Fortnite, and I think she was doing, I forget what she was doing, but it was like great vibes. Let's see.
She's doing just chatting right now.
All right. I know I caught the tail end of the podcast, but can't wait to watch it back. Yes, I will be posting the podcast to my YouTube channel, and I'll post it in Discord. So anyone that wasn't here for this amazing podcast, you'll be able to watch it at the beginning till end. I will have all my alerts fixed so that the next podcast we're not dealing with double alerts from my Kick and my Twitch. So I'll be making a second profile after this stream to fix all that, to prevent that from happening for the next podcast.
He's gonna make a new overlay.
Yep.
You
So-
can't hide the prettiest person in the fucking podcast. I'm just saying.
It's not wrong.
You know?
But we are going to raid, since I've only got one feedback on who to raid.
I got one.
What are they?
I know he's streaming right now. Warzone. He only has, well, I guess with me in here, 3. I'll let you decide. That's his name. He is from far up north. He's like, he's called Inuit, so he's like Eskimo-esque kind of thing. Cool dude. But I'll let you guys decide who you guys want to raid. It doesn't matter to me. I love you too, Waffle. Hey, baby girl, how you doing?
Okay, we'll make this easier. 1 in chat for a just chatting streamer. 2 in chat if you guys want to go watch a Warzone gameplay. I believe he's
Yeah,
playing
baby.
Caldera.
Yes. Because he hates the new map.
So 1 in chat if you want just chatting and Melanin, Queen Lay. 2 in chat for Warzone. We're going to send the raid over there. Otherwise, I will just coin flip. So just chatting. Just chatting.
Do it. Just chatting. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Almost.
Is that a little? Is that a? What is the emotional damage? Did Willy Wonka let him out of the chocolate factory?
All right.
Yep.
We are sending it over to Melanin. First time I ever rated her. Let's go show her the love. Copy and paste those raid alerts. And appreciate everyone that's been here for the I Got Your 6 podcast. You guys all been amazing, interacting, asking us questions, talking about stuff. Thank you again, Sugar Nips. Thank you again, Stacks, for being here. It's been an
Thank you.
amazing second episode. Tune in 2 weeks for the next one. Love you guys. Mental health and self-love always matters. You
Stay
matter
safe.
to us.
Stay
safe.
blessed. Stay strong.
Much love, guys.
Okay. Not you coming through with the 4
Raid.
videos. I'll be waiting on you to post them. Holy shit.
Oh, I like that raid sound.
Wait.
She's such a sweetheart.
Come from?
She's like, what?
Yo, Billy Badass, thank you for the raid. Yo, Waffles, C Butler, thank you for the follow. Billy Badass, thank you for the follow. Stacks, what's good? Who else is in here? Hexy Lexi was good. Sugar Nips was good. And JP was good. Where did y'all come from? Yo, Silent Parent, thank you for the follow.
You did that.
Chronos, what's good? Stacks, thank you for the follow. Yo, how did you find the channel? Hi, how are you doing? Hello. Oh, you recommended? Yo, thank you. If you recommended. Jeezy. Dr. Forever? Oh god, I'm probably saying that so wrong. Let me know how to say your name. Thank you for the follow too. They sat in. I was doing a podcast and we had chat pick someone new to raid and send the vibes. Yo, thank you for that. I definitely appreciate that a lot. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. How was your podcast? How was your stream? And let me know what you played too also. Thank you so much. I was like, wait.
Oh God, no, not this. No, no, not.
You gotta delete that clip.
What's poppin'? How you doing? I am doing good. How is everybody's night going? What are you guys up to? Hexy Lexi, thank you for that follow. Podcast was amazing. What was the topic? I'm so curious. It came from Billy Badass channel. No, I definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't introduce myself. I'm sorry. So for everybody that's new in here, my name is Melanie Queen Lay. I'm a variety streamer. Now, the main games I do play, I mainly play shooters, but I play other games also, depending on what it is, but I mainly play FPS games. Like, I sit here, I do just chattings also. I play shooters, I play story games. I play a variety of games, it just depends. Oh,
But she
well,
pays
if you
attention to her
recommended me,
chat,
thank
and I
you so
love
much.
it.
I appreciate that so much. Thank
You
you. Thank
didn't-
you.
that's one of my- I
That
think
was
I'm the
so sweet.
opposite.
Thank you.
Like, especially if
And
there's a
thank you
moment
for,
in the
like, trusting
game.
me with your community
I'm
and
just
saying,
focused
you
on
know
that
what?
game.
We gonna check her out.
And
Thank you though. I really appreciate that. It just
I don't
caught
pay
me off
attention.
guard because we were just talking about Overwatch and shit, and I just seen a raid. I'm like, wait, where'd this come from? Man,
Yeah,
I
when
think
there's
that's
when there's like an
like
intense
career field.
moment in the game, yeah, I'd be like,
Ooh,
I'm sorry, hold on, chat.
Podcast a lot